Welcome to Seth's Daily Podcast. Without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. I want to thank you guys for subscribing. This is Harvey's Weekly Football Report. How you doing, Harvey?
Doing great so far.
Doing great so far. How are we doing in college football last week?
Well, last week you went 11-4, and I went 10-5. So that's pretty good.
Yep. How well did we do in the NFL so far? I know there's one more game.
Right now you're 3-3, and I'm 2-4.
Yep. All right, man. Let's get to picking the games, and this is because the hurricane. This was moved from October 1st to Wednesday, October the 5th. We got SMU 2-2 traveling to UCF 3-1, 7 p.m. on ESPN2. UCF is 3-point favorites. I'm gonna go with UCF. Who you going with, Harvey?
I'm gonna go with UCF.
All right. Then it's a Friday night game. We got Nebraska coming off the win against Indiana. They're 2-3 traveling to Rutgers, 3-2 coming off the loss to Ohio State. That's at 7 p.m. on FS1. Nebraska's 2.5-point favorites. I'm gonna go with Nebraska. Who you going with, Harvey?
I'm gonna pick Rutgers. That's a pick'em game.
Here's another pick'em game, Harvey. This is also Friday night. Houston 2-3 traveling to Memphis 4-1. 7:30 p.m. on ESPN2. Memphis is 2-point favorites. I'm gonna go with Memphis. Who you going with, Harvey?
I'm gonna go with Memphis too. I think Memphis not got it. They got a pretty good team. Yep. Houston has too, but I'm gonna go with Memphis because they're home, I think.
All right. Well, we got a pretty good one starting out, man. We got Tennessee number 8, 4-0. Traveling number 25, 4-1 LSU, 12 p.m. on ESPN. Tennessee is 3.5-point favorites. I'm going to go with Tennessee. Who you going with, Harvey?
I'm going to go with Tennessee.
All right. Surprised to see LSU on the rankings, to be honest with you.
Yes.
Yep. All right. Then we got 2-3 Missouri traveling to Florida 3-2, 12 p.m. on ESPNU. Florida's 10-point favorites. I'm going to go with Florida. Who you going with, Harvey?
Well, if Missouri gets Georgia, all they can handle, but I still say Florida win.
All right. Then we got number 17, 4-0. This could be the game of the week. TCU traveling to number 19, Kansas, 5-0, 12 p.m. on FS1. TCU 6-point favorites. I'm going to go with Kansas. Who you going with, Harvey?
I'm going to go with Texas Christian. I think Kansas might get their first loss.
All right. Then we got a big-time rivalry. Texas 3-2. Traveling to Oklahoma 3-2, 12 p.m. on ABC. Texas is 6.5-point favorites. I'm gonna go with Texas. Who you going with, Harvey?
I'm gonna go with Texas. I think Oklahoma's got problems, especially when their quarterbacks got hurt. I think during that game against TCU, so I think they've got problems, So I'm gonna go with Texas.
All right. We got 3-2 Auburn traveling to number 2 Georgia 5-0. 3:30 p.m. Saturday on CBS. Georgia's 29.5-point favorites. I don't think they'll win by 29, but I'm gonna go with Georgia.
I don't either, but I'll still pick Georgia.
Yeah, they've been looking kind of flat out there, to be honest with you, Harvey.
Well, the be number one. I mean, the last 2 games, Kent State and Missouri, but Kent State's decent. Missouri is in the SEC. You got to play good against those SEC teams, or you can get beat. I mean, you have to break your game, or you gonna get beat. I mean, it's SEC is just plain tough.
Yeah, they call it the.
I hear people call it, one is the Georgia's division is called the SEC East.
Yeah, I know that, but they call it the battle, battle every week.
This game, some kind of they probably I can't think of what it is, but they like LSU. I mean, there's something like Kentucky and Louisville plays for something every year, And I don't know what it's called, but Auburn and Georgia plays for something, whatever it is, I don't know. Be a good game though. I think Auburn's decent, but I think Georgia.
They're decent. Missouri could be better than what people thought as well.
Yep.
All right, we got number 16 BYU 4-1 traveling to Notre Dame 2-2 Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. some reason Notre Dame's 3.5 point favorites. I don't care about that. I'm gonna go with BYU. Who you going with, Harvey?
I like BYU. They're a team that could be overlooked. So I don't know. I really don't know how that's going to go. Notre Dame is a question mark. BYU's for real, so I'm gonna pick BYU.
All right. Then we got 3-2 South Carolina traveling to number 13 Kentucky 4-1, 7:30 p.m. on the SEC network. Kentucky is 10.5 point favorites. I think Kentucky's gonna be pissed off. I'm going with Kentucky.
I think, yeah, they had that. They had their opportunity to win yesterday, but you cannot make you cannot if you miss opportunities against somebody like a Mississippi, then you're going to get beat. So they had their opportunity, they just missed them. So and that was a pretty good game too. That may be one of the best games yesterday of the game we watched yesterday. But yeah, I think they'll bounce back and beat South Carolina.
Yep. Then we got Texas A&M 3-2 traveling to number 1 Alabama 5-0, 8 p.m. on CBS. Alabama's 24.5 point favorites. Obviously I'm gonna go with Alabama easily. Who you going with?
Well, I'm going to go with Alabama too. But I'm going to ask you, do you believe they should be ranked number one?
Yeah, for sure, man. They've looked really impressive. They beat a good Arkansas team, and
Yeah, I know.
Georgia played kind of flat against Missouri and I believe Kent State 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Either way,
yeah.
Right now, I don't think if you want, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I was somebody like Alabama, I would want to be ranked number one because your pressure will be on you if you rank number one. Everybody's out for you. If you're like number two or number three, you just sit back and just take it easy. So number one, that to me ain't tracked up what it is. But they probably deserve to be number one too.
All right, Harvey. We got Washington State 4-1, traveling to number 6 USC 5-0, 7:30 p.m. on Fox. USC is 11.5 point favorite. So I'm gonna go with USC. Who you going with, Harvey?
That's a tough one because I've not really seen much of USC or either one of them because they're out west. It's it's going to be a pretty tough pick, but I'll pick USC.
Yep. All right, we got number 20 Kansas State 4-1, traveling to Iowa State 3-2, 7:30 p.m. on ESPNU. Kansas State's 2 point favorite. Some goes Kansas State. Who you going with?
I'm going to go with Kansas State. In the rankings, they're right behind Kansas. Two Kansas teams is ranked 1 and 2, and they're in their conference. And I've seen Kansas State a little bit, and I watched Iowa State a little bit Saturday. I've been trying to flip through some of the challenges and just get a pretty good idea of how some of these teams are. That could be a good matchup, but Kansas State looks pretty good.
Yep. We got Oregon State. This is the late game. This is our final game in college. We got Oregon State 3-2, traveling to Stanford 1-3, 11 p.m. on ESPN. Oregon State 7 point favorites. I'm gonna go with Oregon State. Who you going with, Harvey?
I'm gonna go with Oregon State too. I've been, right now, SEC, they're still the dominant team. They're still the dominant conference right now. But I think the Big 12 is second right now. I think Big 12 right now, from top to bottom, is probably the second best conference right now. What I've watched. But never know. So far, it's a good game. We got some good games out here. I mean, that's the way we should do it.
Absolutely. And now it's to the NFL. Thursday,
we got one more game.
Huh?
We got one more game. Florida State, North Carolina State.
All right.
Yeah, we got Florida State, North Carolina State.
Okay.
That'll be your 15 picks. Yeah, unless you want to do it, I mean.
Okay, we can do it. Florida State's 4-1, traveling to number 14 NC State 4-1, 8 p.m. on ACC Network. NC State's 3 point favorite. So go with the NC State. Who you going with, Harvey?
I want to go with NC State.
All right. Now, on to the NFL. We got Week 5. This is gonna be on Prime Video. We got the Colts 1-2-1, traveling to the Broncos 2-2. 8:15 p.m. on Prime Video. Denver is 3-point favorites. I'm gonna go with Denver. Who you going with, Harvey?
Uh, I'm gonna go Colts. I don't know about the Colts. They had a chance to win today, and they ended up losing. So I'm gonna go with the Broncos.
All right. Now this is gonna be an early game. Another early game in London. The Giants 3-1 playing the Packers 3-1. 9:30 a.m. on the NFL Network. Green Bay's 8-point favorites. Who's the Giants gonna have at quarterback's the question. I'm gonna go with the Packers.
I think that could be the. That's the reason I'm going to pick the biggest reason. I would probably pick the Packers anyway, but that, like you said, their quarterbacks got hurt, so Packers are probably heavy favorite. I think they'll be more favored than what they are.
Speaking of heavy favorites, we got the Steelers 1-3 traveling to the Bills 3-1. 1 p.m. on CBS. Buffalo is 14-point favorites. I'm gonna go with Buffalo. Who you go with, Harvey?
Yes.
All right, this one you going with Buffalo as well?
Yeah, you almost lost the signal there. Buffalo made a comeback today against the Ravens.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Buffalo as well.
Yeah, I think so too. Buffalo is a Super Bowl contender.
Yeah. All right, this one will be much better. We got the Chargers 2-2 traveling to the Browns 2-2. 1 p.m. on CBS. The Chargers 3-point favorites. I'm gonna go with the Browns. Who you going with?
That's what I want to pick. I thought the Browns could have won today too, but they didn't. So they can bounce back. They still got a good chance. Their division's wide open.
Yep. We got the Cowboys 3-1 traveling to LA Rams 2-1. 4:25 p.m. on Fox. The Rams are 5.5-point favorites. I'm gonna go with the Rams. Who you going with, Harvey?
Right now, the Cowboys are doing pretty good. They won 3 in a row. So, but it's going to be hard to beat the Rams at home. So I'll pick the Rams.
Yep. Then Sunday Night Football, we got the Bengals 2-2 traveling to Baltimore 2-2. 8:20 p.m. on NBC. Baltimore is 3.5-point favorites. I'm gonna go with Baltimore. Who you going with, Harvey?
Well, my heart will go with the Bengals because the way Baltimore lost that game today, I mean, and I tell you what, if the Bengals could protect the quarterback Burrow, they got a good chance of beating the Ravens. But they got both teams have got pretty good quarterbacks. But I'll pick Lamar. Lamar and him playing at home, so I'll pick the Ravens.
Yep. All right. Then we got the final game Monday night. The Raiders 1-3 traveling to Kansas City 3-1. 8:15 p.m. on ESPN. I'm gonna go with Kansas City. Who you going with, Harvey?
That's who I go with, Kansas City Chiefs.
Looked pretty good tonight.
Yeah, they really did against the Bucks. NFL, I think the NFL is wide open. It's always been that way for a while. It's wide open. I mean, I don't know right now. The best division is the NFC. So far, what I've seen, the best division is in the NFC East. With Philadelphia, Dallas, and Giants. But I think that's going to change by next week.
Yeah,
I think Philadelphia. I think Philadelphia is the best team in that division.
Definitely, man. They destroyed the Jaguars today.
Yes. They're for real. They could be the favorite right now in the NFC.
Yeah, I think the Giants are a lucky 3-1 right now.
Yeah, yeah. They're a surprise. To me, I'm surprised that they're 3-1.
Their 3 wins ain't that great though. Well, they beat a decent Titans team. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, Titans look pretty good today.
They'll win their division for sure.
I think they will too. Yeah, I think their division and I don't know how Jacksonville might do, but their division and Tampa Bay's division is probably too weak as well.
Yeah.
For what I've seen so far. that they might win 9 games to win the division.
Maybe
9 games,
so.
yeah, yeah. That's
8 wins, maybe.
yeah, it's possible.
I don't think Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay will win more than 8 games. Though.
They'll start coming around. They'll start playing better.
You know what's funny? Tampa Bay's 2-0 on the road and 0-2 at home.
You never know. Hey, NFL, home field advantage is not like it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's football probably, unless you're playing in Green Bay, that's hard to win in Green Bay. Maybe the most dominant home field football team ever. You know, it's hard to beat Green Bay, but anywhere else, though, I don't think home field is not much.
Yeah. Well, appreciate you doing this, Harvey. You have a great night, man. Everybody, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. You all have a great night. God bless.
Yeah.